Have you ever wondered if your dog knows how long you've been away? Perhaps you've noticed that your dog misses you more when you're gone for an extended time and wondered if dogs have a sense of time. Dogs do seem to sense time based on how they always know when you get home from work or leave for the day. But does your dog have the same sense of time as humans? Is it possible that something else is going on? Hey there, and welcome to Dog Joy. Today we have a wonderful treat for you. We have finally found an answer to the age-old question, do our dogs miss us when we leave? Keep watching to find out just how badly your canine misses you when you're gone. You might be surprised by what you find out in this one. Circadian rhythm in dogs. Dogs, like humans, can recognize the usual day-to-night and night-to-day cycles. They have a circadian rhythm. This inner feeling tells them when it's daylight or dark, and it tells the dog when he should be up and when he should be sleeping. So, do dogs have a sense of time due to their circadian rhythm? Not at all. Circadian rhythm isn't why your dog seems to know when you'll be late for work or how much time has passed during the day. Dogs' senses. We already know that dogs have a fantastic sense of smell and a phenomenal sense of hearing. They can smell and hear things that other species do not, and they can use those senses to detect behavioral patterns in you. So the only answer to the question, do dogs have a sense of time, is kind of, but not in the way you may assume. According to research, when a dog appears to know what time you will arrive from work, the dog is not reading the clock. Instead, they are using highly developed hearing and smell senses to detect your presence. For example, even if you're miles away, your dog may hear the distinct sound of your car door or your footsteps coming, long before you put the key in the lock, which helps them identify when you're on your way home. And because he heard you coming, they are poised at the door, eager to welcome you home. Dogs also use their senses to establish patterns such as when to eat, when to go for a stroll, and other activities. Even if it appears that your dog is reacting to the time of day, he is actually determining your pattern of behavior based on other sensory data. Little things you do without thinking will be heard, seen, and smelled by your dog, who will form associations based on those actions. For instance, if you take your dog for a walk at 4 p.m. every day, your dog may begin barking, circling, or signaling that it's time to go out. But your dog appears unconcerned about the time. He is responding to sensory input. You might glance at the clock, pick up the leash, or give off other subconscious cues that you're about to take your beloved puppy outside. That's how your pet knows it's time for one of the nicest parts of the day, a stroll. Believe us, this is most definitely the highlight of their day. Episodic memory in dogs. All of the studies into how dogs perceive time reveal that they do have the capacity for a form of an episodic memory system. They can recall past occurrences and use them to forecast future behavior. For example, if your dog observes you taking dog treats from a canister on the counter, he will remember this and correctly predict that you will take goodies from the container on the counter in the future. However, dogs do not have the same external time concept as humans. They don't think of a time in the same way that people do, using seconds, minutes, and hours to create a sensation of time passing. Dogs cannot be said to grasp time, or to have a feeling of time from the standpoint of those units. Our loyal friends have their own unique way of predicting and interpreting patterns, which they use along with their own version of episodic memory to forecast human behavior and zero in on patterns such as when their human goes for work and returns home from work, or when it's time to eat or go for a walk outside. How does canine memory work? According to a study conducted by a Swedish team of scientists, dogs have a short-term memory of about 2 to 5 minutes. This study assessed 25 species in all, from birds and mammals to even bees, and the results revealed that animals do not have particularly impressive short-term memory, and pigeons do not do as well as mammals at longer delay intervals, just in case you're wondering. More research on animal intellect and cognition has been undertaken, with some more impressive results. One study in Hungary examined episodic memory in 17 dogs. Owners were instructed to engage them with items, and the dogs were given the command, "Do it," in order for them to mimic their owner's reaction with the objects. Dogs were given a time delay ranging from a minute to an hour in between. Surprisingly, 35% of dogs were able to imitate their owners 1 hour after seeing the initial order. By comparison, 94% of dogs copied it instantly and 58% a minute later. You can also forget everything you've ever thought about goldfish memory. Goldfish memories can survive for at least 5 months, according to research. They are aware of what you did and remember it. Pretty incredible, right? Before we get to the most important part of the video, why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel? That way we can notify you every time a new video is released. So does your dog miss you? Now that we've learned a bit more about memory, we can get to the bottom of our major question. Do dogs have the ability to miss us? More research has been conducted to determine what occurs when dogs are left alone and whether or not they can distinguish the difference between the period of time you've left them alone. An old joke suggests locking both your partner and your dog in your trunk and seeing who is the happiest to see you an hour later. We, however, advise you not to try this one. Most people are interested in whether dogs have a sense of time because they wonder if the dog will miss their owner. But whether or not your dog misses you when you're gone is a different question than whether or not canines can tell time. Naturally, your dog misses you when you're away. One study conducted in 2011 looked at vital signals such as fluctuations in a dog's heart rate while the owner was away. The study concluded that dogs could not tell the difference in the amount of time they have been left alone. This is why 10 minutes or an hour make very little difference in how excited your pooch is to see you, but that being left alone for a significantly longer period of time does make a significant difference in the amount of distress displayed by the dogs. The study concludes with this. Although this study cannot distinguish between whether dogs were aware of the length of time they were alone or whether they were unaware until reminded of it by the return of their owner, it does confirm that dogs are affected by the duration of time at home alone. Other studies have supported the claim that dogs react differently when their owners are gone for varying lengths of time. For example, in tests, dogs only missed their owners for a few minutes after they had been gone for 30 minutes. However, after the owners had been gone for 2 hours, the dogs missed them far more than they did after just 30 minutes. The majority of research discovered that the dog's excitement at being reunited with their owners peaked after 2 hours. According to researchers, if you are gone for more than 2 hours, your dog will miss you that same amount as if you were gone for 4 hours, although some pet owners may argue that case strongly. So there you have it. The answer is certainly yes. Your dog adores you so much and missed you greatly when you were away. So do us a favour, don't leave your dog home alone for too long, okay? More research is being conducted to determine how dogs recall things. But in the meantime, here's your answer. While your dog isn't replaying your best memories in his thoughts, he does certainly miss you when you're gone. And that very real sadness at your absence can clearly be classified as missing you. After all of this has been said, do dogs have a sense of time? No, dogs do not have a sense of time according to our understanding of the passage of time. They do have a circadian rhythm that informs them when to sleep or to be up, but they are unaware that time has passed. Dogs, on the other hand, use their excellent sense of smell and hearing to figure out patterns, which might make it appear to us that a dog knows the passage of time. Dogs do miss their owners, and time does play a role in this, at least to some extent. So, how excited does your dog get when you get home? We absolutely love interacting with you in the comments, so please let us know your thoughts and your stories below. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.